Hi guys, Andy here. So I have with me today the Honor 8X. It wasn't particularly on my radar, but then a few people kind of mentioned to me that it looks quite good for the money. And I paid £209 from Amazon for this, on Prime, next day delivery, or that kind of thing. So yeah, it wasn't really on my radar. I did notice it on GSM Arena's kind of, it's like a hot list really, I suppose, which always sort of catches my attention. And then when you look over the spec sheet, actually, it looks like it'd be a really nice device. Now, I've used Honor devices before, and generally I'm quite a fan. The Honor 8, I seem to remember, was a really nice phone for, I mean, I think I paid $400. I think I got it in the States. Honor being kind of a sub-brand of Huawei, just in case you didn't realise. So, if we look over, in fact, I'll talk through a few of the specs. It's 7.8mm thin, which is pretty good. It's got a 6.5-inch screen, which is 1080 by 2340, so that's pretty high spec. It's got a 20 megapixel camera. Seeing what they can do with the Mate 20 Pro, I'm quite intrigued to see what a budget Huawei device does. It's got 6 gig of RAM, it's got the high silicon Kirin 710, and it's got a 3750 milliamp hour battery. So I think it's time we actually take a look at the device, and there it is. First impression, so it said 7.8mm. It feels a bit thinner than, a bit bigger than that. Sorry, it doesn't feel that thin. Let's leave the phone aside just for 1 second, though. So it looks like we have a case. That's some good start. Got a warranty card, a quick start guide, which I'm not overly bothered with. We've got the SIM tool in there. Can you see? Which again, I'm not overly bothered with. And then it looks like it is just the charging brick and, oh dear, micro USB? That's a shame. That is a shame. Huawei charging brick, regular charging brick, I guess. Oh, I'm really surprised it's micro USB. That's a bit of a disappointment. So let's look at the actual device. So there's the specs on there. Oh, interesting. So this is 4 gig of RAM. So I'm not quite sure why that differs to what GSM Arena have. 20 megapixel camera, so it's 60 megapixel front facing. The battery is what I said it was. And the high silicon Kirin 720 is a 12 nanometer, so that means it's a bit thicker than the Snapdragon 845. The Kirin processor in my Mate 20 Pro is a 7 nanometer, which means even thinner, which generally means it's going to be more battery efficient. The CPU is an octa-core CPU, Cortex A73 and Cortex A53. So we've got more information on the back, just telling us how we can get the SIM eject tool out and things. It is quite a big device, actually. I mean, I guess it's going to be with a 6.5-inch screen. So let's just take off. It's a nice looking device. So look at that. I think that's very nice looking. Right. So clearly we've got the power button on one side, so let's just get it on its way booting up. We've got volume rocker, dual cameras in fact, so I'm not quite sure what that is about. Looks like we've got a 3.5mm jack. There's the micro USB, which is a bit of a shame, and it looks like a mono speaker at the bottom. I don't think there's too much else. There's the SIM tool. Looks to be a few different sensors at the front. Well, obviously one of them is going to be the front-facing camera. Obviously it's running EMUI, which is their own version of things. We'll skip the SIM card at the minute. So what I'll do, as normal, we'll get it sort of logged in, set up, a couple of bits installed, but then I'll take you through just having a little bit of a play. I'll maybe nip outside, take a couple of photos just so we've got that, and a bit of video so we've got that to look at. But I will be back with you in a moment. So I'm all set up. The first thing I'll show you, I had a quick look through. So I've done a lot. I've looked through the settings. I've installed a couple of things. I've been outside, taken a couple of photos and a bit of video. So I've not done too much delving into things, but we'll go into display first of all, because one thing I'll prefer, I think it's view mode, there we go. Drop that down to small so you fit a bit more on the screen. I think that's better. And I did notice there we go, notch. So I like that Huawei give you this option. You can hide the notch the proper way. Now the only thing, the issue you have, slightly rounded corners, massively rounded corners, slightly rounded corners, massively rounded corners. So actually I'm probably going to leave it as it is for the moment because it's not that big a notch. The other thing I noticed was that it comes with a screen protector pre-installed. Can you see that? And I only actually noticed it because I thought, why does the screen feel so bad? Like OnePlus do that, and it's actually the worst, like a terrible screen protector. So I don't know, we'll see. I might, maybe, because I'm probably selling it on, maybe I should leave the screen protector on, but it does give a bit of a tacky, and when I say tacky, I mean sticky sort of feeling to the screen. Let's try and test face unlock. Oh, I didn't actually press the power button, so I'm gonna press the power button. That was pretty quick. Let's try once more. You ready? So you actually saw it unlocking then, but that was only a brief moment looking at my face. So I need to probably check for the review. I'll see if I can remember to check what the actual sensors are at the top there. The fingerprint sensor is set up as well. That seems pretty good. Maybe you can hear it when I do that. Probably not with my mic. I don't know. But it kind of has slightly a hollow. It does have a slightly cheap feel to it. Almost feels a little bit hollow, the device itself. I don't quite know how that can be because I'm sure it's not. I don't know what it is about it that just makes it feel that way. So let's go in. Let's get Geekbench underway. Yeah. Run CPU Geekbench. I don't really know what to expect from the Kirin 710. So I don't know really what score to expect. It's probably unfair to look at the Pocophone F1, which scored 9,000. It is a slightly more expensive phone, but it's still similar price bracket. The Xiaomi Mi A2 Lite was 4,200. That's a lot cheaper. Well, yeah, I mean, it's almost half the price, I suppose. Well, 2/3 the price. I'm guessing, or I'm kind of hoping it's going to be around 5,000. That would probably be 5 to 6,000 would be a reasonable result as we approach the moment of truth. So it does take a while, Geekbench 4 to run, and the result will be, ta-da, 5,500. So that's about, I mean, that's, yeah, what did I say, 5 to 6,000 I think I was kind of hoping for, or expecting in some ways. I suppose hoping to make it a justifiable result for the price, perhaps. So the Pixel 2 XL scored just over 6,188 as an average. This is not that far off it, so I think that's a pretty good score for the Kirin 710. The other things we need to have a look at, YouTube. Oh yeah, it's got the weird launchy. I'm sure, should we do that now? I'm sure in the settings somewhere we'll be able to change to have the home screen style. Oh, home screen style standard. I would like an app drawer, please. Sorry, you're not on. There we go. So now I've got an app drawer. There's YouTube. To play like a, well, there's no music video. It's just the music though. And maybe, I suppose, perhaps I'm getting. Well, no, because YouTube music should. I can do that on my phone. I suppose I have to select. But it's like the image, or find an image related to whatever you asked a question about. I just think that's quite nice. I think if... So just a few different bits and pieces there, trying to find something good to show the ability of the screen in some ways, and the speaker. I think that generally looks quite a vibrant, well balanced screen. The speaker seems okay, not amazing but okay. So we'll have to wait and see. Obviously I'll do some proper testing on the screen. I've got a light meter and I've got a decibel meter for the speaker, so if you want to know more about that, obviously wait for the review, which will be in the next week or so. Let's open the camera app up. Let's bring in Deadpool. So it's the same camera app as you'll see in other. I'll be really interested to see the night mode on a cheap device like this. Let's go to regular photo. Oh, you can't. I want you to be able to see how the speed of the shutter. So that's pretty quick. I think the results generally, I think that actually look very good for a £200 phone. I took a couple of photos outside. I was reasonably impressed on the quality. As I say, the night mode is going to be really interesting. The video defaults to 720p, let me warn you that. But actually, again, it looks pretty good, I would say, for a £200 phone. It's missing any kind of stabilization. That's probably the big factor that you can probably see on the footage. But otherwise, it does look quite good. So that's it really, just for the unboxing and the first look. If you haven't subscribed already, please make sure you do. I might have to remove this screen protector. I just don't like the sticky feeling you get from it. But early impressions, it's a very nice phone for £209. I think it's such an interesting area. The Xiaomi Mi A2 Lite that I just did, the Pocophone F1 that I did a few months back, all these devices kind of between 100 and 300. Actually, you can get some really good phones, and early impressions, I think this looks like it would be a really good phone. I will use it as my main phone for probably 3 or 4 days, and probably get the review done at the weekend. So as I say, if you haven't subscribed, please do. If you have any questions for me to answer in the review, drop them in the comments down below. I'll try and remember to answer them. Do leave a comment. I do read them all. I answer as much as I can and where necessary. So let me know your thoughts on the Honor 8X. I'll be really interested to hear them. If you've got one, tell us your thoughts as well. But for now, my name's Andy, and I'll catch you all again soon. Well done, and thank you for making it to the end of the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, you might want to click the little fellow that should hopefully appear about here to subscribe. You may also want to check out some of my other videos, which are going to appear somewhere there. Also, come and have a look at my website, androidandy.uk. There is also a forum. Come and say hello on the forum. If you've got any questions about things or request me to review things or anything else, just come and have a chat on the forum.